Campy Growers is the largest community garden in Dundee. We're actually a community market garden, so we work on a large scale. And to turn like a derelict site into like a thriving growing space with space for volunteers to learn, for visitors to have a look and get inspired, and to distribute organically grown vegetables.
Campy Growers, it's a community farm, so it's basically a lot of the work is volunteer-led and people from the city who live here. They produce a ton of veg and distributing it to the community, to people in and around who need it or can use it.
The desire to produce more food that is affordable, is accessible, is seasonal, and in a way growing your own food is sometimes seen as a political act.
I mean, harvesting's always fun. It's just really cool to see like the literal fruits of your labor. The whole process is really cool.
To be in the polytunnels and take care of tomatoes, you get to eat quite a few tomatoes and it smells amazing, and you see the tomatoes growing through the season.
I think my least favorite is probably weeding beds, like getting beds ready, because it feels like a fairly endless process of clear an entire bed and be perfectly ready to go, and if it isn't, it's pretty tough work, but it is essential. So
I think when you start gardening, it's good to pick a few crops that they're gonna work or they're gonna grow fairly quickly, like lettuce or radish, courgettes as well. Usually from one plant you get quite a lot of fruits. So I think that's really rewarding. Sometimes I've done it myself. If you get too excited, you grow everything at the same time and then you can get a bit overwhelmed. And when you start gardening and you want to give it a go, it's always nice to link with your community gardens or the community growers network that is in Dundee, because they all have tips, they all have seeds and pots and are just keen to share knowledge. And also you're going to see that whatever problem you're facing, they're facing the same. So you're part of a community and you can ask for advice.
To me, sow compassion and reap change encapsulates a lot of the mentality of Campy Growers and other like-minded community gardening projects. Everything done here is basically done with love for food, for communities, especially in living in cities. Very easy to get completely detached from the process of actually making and growing and seeing food production rather than just the end result in a supermarket.
Not every garden is the same, so you can learn a lot on YouTube or through books, but when you're in a garden, you need to assess what kind of soil you have, what kind of plants you can grow, and soil health is actually very important. Whatever you put in the soil will help or not help the plant that is growing. Sometimes we focus a lot about what's above ground, but actually underground is really important as well.
Reaping change is just a huge part of trying to push for that goodness that is kind of lacking, and also encouraging more people to connect to that process of growing food and seeing food as more of a cycle than just a thing to be consumed.
Yeah, we have a few partnerships in Dundee. We've been delivering vegetables to the Roundhouse as part of the Signposts International. So it's like vegetables that maybe we couldn't give away because they've been munched a little bit, or we have an excess, and the chef at the Roundhouse Kitchen was able to take it and turn it into fabulous meals, which I think is really great because we want to reduce food waste. It's better to end in a plate rather than on the compost. Sometimes you just need one gesture, which is to put a seed in the ground. It makes a difference. Growing your own food makes a difference. Doing it with a group makes a difference. To have some change, you don't need to act big. You can do something local and something small, and that will have a ripple effect.
Sow compassion
and reap change.